Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today I have a treat for you. We are going to do a playthrough of Shadows of Kilforth. Yeah, and do you ever have that game where it feels like you're coming home? That's what this game is to me. I played this. This is probably one of the first real RPG-ish type games I played. When I got myself into board gaming, I have a playthrough of Gloom of Kilforth. So that's the older version of this game, which, by the way, these two are fully compatible. I am playing Shadows, though, here. Everything here is related to Shadows. I don't have any of the Gloom of Kilforth stuff mixed in yet. It was one of the first games that I played that did not have a board, but instead used cards for the map. I mean, so many things. When I'm bringing this out and playing this again, just reminded me how much I enjoy this game, and I am so happy to be able to show this to you guys. Finally, before we jump in and set up the game, Tristan Hall, the designer of this game, and he is the publisher, his All or Nothing Games company, an amazing person. When you have questions, he'll respond to them. I'm on that Facebook, his Gloom of Kilforth Facebook page. I love it, seeing all the different people asking questions. He's responding, people are responding. Yeah, it's a great community, a great game, and, well, the best thing I can do is just show you how it plays, and you can see if you like it. So in this video, we'll set our game up, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the playthrough. One of the first things that I love that they did is they provided us with a reference guide now. So when I originally got my Gloom of Kilforth, I didn't have one of those. The second printing, they had them, and now in Shadows of Kilforth, we have them. So we have our setup over here. We have setting up our board and setting up our hero. So setting up our board, we've already done this. We've randomly set up our locations in a 5x5 grid, ensuring that the Moon Shoba Shrine is at the center. I am not going to play on the harder difficulty here. I'm not going to use the Couch of Death. First of all, I love that name. Then what we do is we place all the different encounter sets and rewards, and we shuffle all those cards. There's ones for all the different locations, and then there are 4 types of reward decks: spells, titles, items, and allies. You'll just shuffle all those up, and you're ready to go. We'll grab an ancient that we're going to play. I'm going to choose the Bishop of Pride. Looks challenging and fun. And then I don't remember this with Gloom of Kilforth, and maybe I missed this, but we have to draw and discard night cards to determine the starting Gloom. I'm going to be playing with just one hero, because I do feel like this game works phenomenally with just one hero, and we will be discarding 2 night cards, so I'll do that in a second. So let's do that first, and then we'll jump and look at what we need to do for our hero. We have our night cards up here in the top left corner. All we need to do is discard 2 of these cards. We don't need to worry about what they say. We just have to flip a certain location into Gloom. This one will put the Smoky Mesa into Gloom. And then our second card we have the Bleak Swamp. Our Smoky Mesa is over here, so we'll flip that to Gloom. And our Bleak Swamp. Now, what it means to have a location flipped to Gloom. If we end our turn on those locations, we'll actually lose 1 health. That's also our timer for the game. If ever we discard that last night card and all locations here are into Gloom, we've lost. We need to defeat that ancient prior to having that night deck depleted. The ancient that we are setting up will be our Bishop of Pride. The bishop overwhelms its victims with terrible panic and horrific delusions, then offers a stark, simple solution to their pain: join in the darkness by embracing ruin and despair. Yeah, he sounds really happy, right? You can see here when we fight him, he's going to be rolling 8 dice against us. Ouch. He'll have 10 health. He will spawn when he comes out after we've completed our personal saga out in the Towers of Cain. We have abilities here. I'm not going to worry too much about the battle abilities. What you need to know about right now is the night phase. So when a plane's location falls into Gloom, we're going to place 1 random plot card on it. So what we'll do is we'll flip one of these plot cards and put it onto that location. So far, the 2 cards that we flipped, one was Badlands and one was the mountains, so we don't have to worry about that. I believe if we had flipped one of those and they hadn't been plains, we should have placed a plot card out right away. Also, at the end of each night phase, he'll heal 2 health, because unlike everything else you'll see in this game where health for our cards do not carry over, for the ancient one, it does happen. Now, since we're playing solo, it doesn't matter, because if we don't defeat him when we go against him, we lose the game. But if you're playing cooperatively and you take out some of his health and then you lose, someone else can come in there and take him out before he regains all of his health. We've now completed setting up the board. Let's go ahead and set up our hero. We're going to take a race and a class card, then place a matching character standee on the shrine right in the middle of the board. We'll take 3 saga cards. 2 of them will be chapter cards and 1 will be a finale card. Then we'll place the chapter 1 on top. We'll draw 2 reward cards from a deck and keep one as a rumor, which essentially just means we keep it in our hand. We can then put it down as an asset during the game if we want. We're going to take 4 HP, something I forgot in my Gloom of Kilforth playthrough, for Fate. We get 4 Fate tokens, which is great. Fate can turn failures into a success. 1 gold, 1 hidden token, 4 enemy tokens, and then we have to choose sides. I don't honestly know what exactly that's going to entail or what happens by choosing a side, but I'll show you that. We're going to play today as a were-tiger. How cool does that sound? We are a demon type. Our class will be a diabolist. So we are a were-tiger diabolist. We have a deed, or this is a free action that we can take during our turn. We can change to tiger form. We can gain fight +2 until breaking camp ends. So that's until the end of our round, essentially. You cannot spend AP in tiger form except to move. So once we do that, all we can do is move around the board. We're not going to be able to interact. But if we know where some enemies are, we can bump ourselves into a tiger form, go in, take those enemies out. We know we start with a total of 4 health, and in this game, your health is also considered your actions you get a turn. So we'll get 4 actions a turn for right now. We have all of our stats here. This is our fight, this is our study, our sneak, and our influence. You'll use influence to influence strangers. You use your sneak to maybe run away from enemies. You use your study for different spells, and then you have your fight for attacking. We will get pluses to those because of our diabolist, and so I chose this diabolist ability because it's going to help out some of our weaker stats. Our study will be 2 and our influence will be 3 instead of 1 and 2 respectively. Our diabolist also gives us an ability. It's a free action we can actually raise, is what it's called. Attach an enemy rumor to this card. So if we defeat an enemy, we'll put that enemy into our hand if we want as a rumor. We can then actually turn this into, we can raise that enemy and use it to attack for us. So you can see here it says reanimate. Discard attached enemy to add its fight value to yours during a fight test. So if we defeat a particularly strong enemy, we might want to actually turn it into something that can be used to fight with us. We'll make sure to grab our 1 starting coin. We have our 4 fate we start with. Here are all of our enemy tokens. If ever we have a stranger and it turns into an enemy, we just drop that onto the stranger to let them know, hey, they're our enemy. Here is our standee, and I'm just going to have it laying flat so you guys can see it on the board. And then here is where we have to choose sides. So this represents whether the hero is currently aligned with the Rosen Knights or the Doom Guard. Now, I kind of feel like I'm playing more of a rogue character, not a very nice character, so to speak. I mean, it's a demon diabolist. So I felt like from that standpoint, we would totally be on the Doom Guard side. So I flipped that on the Doom Guard side. You can see the other side is the Rose Knights. No, we're on the Doom Guard side. We're out this for ourselves. Yeah, we're going to maybe take out an ancient, and that's going to help the people, but we're actually out here for ourselves. Here we have our personal saga. So although it's true that we're going to try and take out that ancient, we are also trying to complete our own personal quest, and this is our quest, the Tomb of Ancients. Those in the know say that the seemingly unstoppable ancients who have arisen actually do have a weakness, a living tomb from whence they came, and that serves as a focal point for their energies, a birthing place through which they were able to cross over from beyond the veil into our realm. So now you need to find someone in the know, and you will have to traverse the darkest pathways of the eastern frontiers to find them. In order for us to complete this chapter 1 of our Tomb of Ancients, we need to have cards that have these keywords, either as rumors in our hand and we'll discard them, or as items that are out on the board and we'll just point to them. And then we can either discard them if we want or we can keep them out. If we discard them, we gain the value of the gold that's on there. So we need to have a Badlands card, a card that has a Badlands keyword, one that has a Stranger keyword, and then because we're playing 1 to 2 player, we actually need 2 different cards with the Badlands keyword. So we're going to be searching in the Badlands. Somebody in the Badlands knows a little bit more about this tomb that we can hopefully go to, find, and maybe even steal that power of the ancients for ourselves. There are 4 different reward types. We've got spells, titles, items, and allies. I can start by drawing 2 of them and keeping 1 of any type of these. And I think the best way to start, as a demon, let's grab some items. Let's see if we can find something that's useful. Here are the 2 items that we can choose from. We have the Tabi or the Jingasa. So the Tabi we could use, it has a free action. Whenever it says deed, that's a free action, doesn't take one of your actions. We can become hidden. We can do that once around. That's actually kind of cool. We have to go to the bleak swamp and then do an action there to actually put this down as an asset, but still cool. This Jingasa, we have a deed. We can sacrifice this card. That would mean discard it as an asset. We can discard it, and then we would prevent the loss of 1 HP, or we can just use this as a gain 1 rest AP, so you get a free rest. This has more options, and this one right now is making us go to a location that's already in gloom, so I think I'm going to discard this one, keep this one in my hand. We cannot use this ability until we actually go to the Sea of Clouds and then do the action. I believe it's called a discovery. Yep, it's called a discovery. Do a discovery action and put this down as an asset. Right now, this is simply just a rumor. Rumors can be used to do that regale action and complete our quest, or it can also just be used by discarding it and gaining a success on a test that we're doing. With that, we are starting in our shrine location here. We are ready to go. We know we need to get to the Badlands, and we need to find a stranger if we can. That's how we're going to progress. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm excited to jump into this. I will see you at the next stop.